What's up, it's Tom. Twin System recap for April 30th, but we are also going to announce the first ever System recap Stars of the Month. It's a good thing, too, that we're here talking about the Twins minor league system because there's just nothing else going on across Minnesota pro sports right now, so I'll fill you in. Saints won, Windsurge lost, Kernels won, and the Mighty Muscles were still playing, but I think we can assume they're going to win. They were up 22-6 at the time that I'm recording this. I've really tried to avoid putting these out with any in-progress games. That's pretty common in the previous system recap format, but I don't know that game's ever going to end. And the Twins won. Twins won 7-1. And they beat Toronto, and they're actually only a half game back of the Blue Jays right now. A lot of good teams from last year struggling so far this year. 3 stars of today. Again, that Fort Myers, just complete domination. Matthew Dahlquist was the starting pitcher, struck out 8 batters over 4 1/3 innings, did give up 3 runs, but only one of them was earned. So a great way to start set the tone there. And then just that lineup. Yeah, they had 22 runs. I mean, of course, there's going to be some incredible performances. Catcher Irvin Nunez had a 3-hit night, including a triple and drew a walk as well, drove in 5 runs. And then Jason Bass also 3 hits and a walk, drove in 5. He had a home run. And again, that game is in progress. So there's a chance. And I don't think those guys are going to get up again, but of course, this is a lineup that has scored 22 runs, so they might get up again. Pretty impressive night for Fort Myers. There's even more guys from that squad. Bruin Agbayani, who was recently just activated off the injured list, also a 3-hit night with a walk and scored 4 runs. Byron Chiriot had a 4-hit night. They were all singles, though. Just bananas. Merrick Houston and Rain Doncon homered for the Kernels. And Mike Paredes delivered 5 innings. I suppose technically it's relief. Can you really call that relief when you pitch that many innings out of the bullpen? He was the bulk guy, really. 5 shutout innings and a tight win for the Saints. But moving on again, system recap stars of the month. The hitter of the month is Kaelen Culpepper of the St. Paul Saints. He had a system high at 121 plate appearances. That certainly helps. 6 multi-hit games this is March and April. So the Saints did start a little bit earlier than other teams. 3 3-hit games so far. You look at his overall numbers, and they don't jump out. 234 average, 314 OBP, 411 slugging. That's a 725 OPS. Certainly that's encouraging from a guy in his very first month in AAA. But, to be completely honest, if we were sort of to draft up a traditional, hey, who's the Twins minor league hitter of the month? Ben Ross would be kind of the slam dunk for me. But that's kind of the fun of this sort of system. Also, it's kind of the same kind of thing going on the pitching side. Eli Jones of the Cedar Rapids Kernels, who pitched tonight and did not pitch well, unfortunately. But he is the system recap pitching star of the month. And the biggest thing I think that's helped him rack this score up is system high 30 2/3 innings. That is the system high by a wide margin so far. His first 4 starts were 5 innings and either 1 or no earned runs. So that's how he built up this big lead. And of course, James Ellwinger getting hurt sort of paved the way for him, and Connor Prelip getting promoted kind of paved the way for him. So a few things that worked in his favor. But yeah, he's made 7 starts already. So those last 3 starts he made, including tonight, not so great. So he has a 4.70 ERA, but at 1.11 whip, that's pretty good. 31 strikeouts in 30 2/3 innings, only 4 walks. That's a 7.75 strikeout to walk ratio, which is outstanding. So yeah, you look at Eli Jones, you might see that 4.7 ERA and kind of dismiss him. But this is kind of an interesting way that we can... you almost give guys a mulligan with this system for their bad outings. And they're kind of rewarded for really standout performances. And of course, depending on the night, it's kind of guys are sort of competing against each other almost on a nightly basis. You can think of it at. But some big picture star scoreboard stuff. 89 players got at least an honorable mention just through April. The most first stars of the day went to Ben Ross. He had 3 different days where he was the first star. Second stars, Eli Jones had 3 different days where he was a second star. As far as third star, both Kaelen Culpepper and Riley Quick earned that twice. Most honorable mentions went to Billy Amick with 6, which I would not have guessed. And he's never made the top 3 stars, but he has 6 honorable mentions. Most overall appearances, Kaelen Culpepper and Alan Roden appeared on 9, Merrick Houston on 8, and Gabby Gonzalez on 7. So yeah, Merrick Houston, really encouraging, guy known for his glove. He has hit so far, including tonight hitting a home run. So let's take a look at the overall, star scoreboard for hitters. We're going to break this up just to sort of wrap up the end of this month. Here's the top 10 hitters. Again, Kaelen Culpepper just at the end of the month here surpassing Roden. And much like some of the other things going on helped Eli Jones, Alan Roden getting injured helped Kaelen Culpepper to kind of lock this in here. You could say maybe Ben Ross getting promoted from AA to AAA hurt his odds of kind of padding his stats in a way. But there you see Houston in 4th place. And then on the pitching side, Eli Jones, again with 15, James Ellwanger. Again, things could have turned out differently. Riley Quick probably would have to be my pick for pitcher of the month. Again, if we were kind of taking a more traditional approach to it. But man, Eli Jones throwing that many more innings than really any of these guys is a pretty eye-opening thing. That's a pretty big feather in his cap, and I understand the ERA doesn't jump off the page at this point, but Eli Jones has really pitched well. Let's move on over to the additional notes. Kaelen Culpepper, speaking of which, he was 0 for 3 with an RBI, had a sac fly and a 3-1 win, so not a good game for him, but a productive at-bat. Helped carry the team to a win. Walker Jenkins had the day off. Manuel Rodriguez was 0 for 1, but walked 3 times. He has a 21 walk percent so far this season, which is pretty much in line with what he's always done, but still. And then Gabriel Gonzalez was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but he did make his 6th start at first base. So anyway, that wraps up the Twin System recaps for April. I'm going to be keeping both a year-to-date running total of these star points and also monthly. So we'll do this every month. But thanks for checking this one out. I really appreciate you. Check out Limestone Pipeline for more prospect coverage and draft stuff. We'll talk again tomorrow.